So welcome to week 5, our last week of our design mini course. And so this week I'm going to be looking at the topic which is probably closest to my heart, the one that I enjoy teaching the most. In fact, the reason why I left industry and went back into full-time teaching is because of this particular topic. And that topic is sustainability, and specifically the climate emergency and the impact that engineers can have in the context of the climate emergency. And so I thought I'd start as every week with a project just to talk you through my own experience in this field. And I thought, now that we're in the last week and I've kind of held off doing any building projects, I would actually talk to you about a building project that I worked on, and I thought I would share with you one of my favourites. It's actually, I think it is my favourite project that I worked on when I was a structural engineer. Just to give you some context, so the project is called Ralph Allen School, and the project has a real closeness to my heart because not only is it an amazing project, but it was also the school that I went to when I was a child. So it was my secondary school. And yeah, so I thought I would share with you some images. So I'm going to switch across to image mode. And I thought I'd start here. This is just a lovely image. First thing to say is that a design project, any design project that you'll ever work on, you won't be working on it alone. You'll always be working in a team. So design is a team effort. It's always got a whole variety of different people. So for me, working as a structural engineer, I always had architects working on projects, quantity surveyors, mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, acousticians, quantity surveyors who are costing the project managers. We might have fire engineers, we might have specifically civil engineers, facade engineers. There are a whole host of different people all working on the project. Sustainability advisor, health and safety advisor, loads of them. And so design is a team activity. And so I thought I'd start with this image. And this image here is the architect's original vision for the project. And you can see how they've developed their idea. It's a timber box. And I think that's critical in terms of sustainability, where you decided to build the whole thing out of timber. It's pushed into the ground. It's got this lovely facade. And so I love the story that this diagram tells you. The next image, this is probably one of my favourite images of the project because it reminds me of sitting in what we call design team meetings, where we're all gathered together and we're all sat around the table and we're debating the design and we're saying, what about this and what about that, and should we be using this material, or should we be using that material, or if we did this, how would it work? And one of the things I loved about the design team meetings on this project was the architect every week or every time we met, they would bring in this model of the building, and we would sit around the model and we'd actually look at the physical model and discuss and debate how it would work. And we weren't just thinking about the structure, we weren't just thinking about the architecture, we were thinking about everything. So here you can see a diagram which is a section through the building, thinking about airflow, thinking about where light is going to come from, thinking about the heating and all of those sides of things. And so because of this holistic approach that we took, the project ended up being highly sustainable. It won a number of sustainability awards, which I'm really proud of. But it wasn't just highly sustainable. I think it's also a really beautiful design, and it really is, yeah, just something that I'm incredibly proud of as a design. One of the really interesting features of the project is that we actually did quite a lot of work thinking about using the Site 1 material in the building, and we ended up using rammed earth in the building to separate two of the classrooms, and this rammed earth is made using earth from the site. Rammed earth is one of my own little pet loves. I love using it and designing with it. I haven't done very many projects with it, but that's because there are so few projects in the UK made with rammed earth. But this is one of them, and you can see this rammed earth wall, which I think is in the final building, that is completely visual. And it really is very striking and very beautiful, as well as having other side effects. And then this is me, I think this is probably me going to kind of a parents' evening or one of those events, or stumbling by the building for I can't remember what reason, but anyway, this is it built. This is it finished, and I think it looks amazing and I'm really proud of it. But I'm not just proud because it looks great, but also it genuinely has a great impact in terms of community. It has a great impact in terms of sustainability. So yeah, that's me done. That's project number 5, week 5. And I'm now going to hand over to myself for a drawing warm-up.